Hello, lovelies, and happy Monday. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I'm guessing I had a great weekend since I am actually in Paris at the time that this is being released, and I am pre recording this for all of you. I am Terry True Crime, and welcome to Midday Missing, where we highlight current missing person cases that need more attention. We stream every Monday and Wednesday at noon Central. See me pre-recording, I get all mixed up in my head because I also have to run the behind the scenes, which we know I'm not good at. So now, our first case. Going to start off. Camille Dardanes. Be a good girl. Those are the last words that Ashley Dotson's mother, Camille, ever said to her before vanishing in Las Vegas in 1994. Now, Ashley's life had already been marked by hardship. Her mother going missing forever changed her. Now, most of Ashley's childhood was spent waiting in the car while her grandmother went into strip clubs and bars looking for her mother, Camille. I mean, guys, this is just horrible story, okay? Now, Camille's early life looked nothing like the way it ended. She grew up in Chicago in an upper middle class family and was known as an intelligent, talented, and strikingly beautiful young lady. Now, childhood friends recalled her excelling at school, sports, ballet, and she even skated competitively. They said that she was whip smart beyond her years, one of her friends remembered. Now, at age 21, Camille became captivated by the story of Gary Dotson, who is a wrongfully convicted man. He had been convicted of rape. Now, she attended his clemency hearing where she famously presented him with the white carnation. Their love story quickly made headlines, and in 1985, Camille and Gary married. They were even interviewed on Good Morning America. They soon had their daughter, Ashley. And from the outside, most people thought it was a fairy tale, but it is said Gary's drinking and violence shattered that dream. Camille separated from him and moved with Ashley to Las Vegas to start over. Now, in Vegas, Camille worked as a bartender and a dancer at the infamous Crazy Horse Club. Both have links to mob figures, okay? I'm just telling you. Now, she did remarry a guy named George Cruz Diaz, but that relationship is said to have been abusive, and Camille sadly fell into drugs and prostitution. By 1984, her life had spiraled out of control. Her nose had been broken, her teeth were discolored from a substance abuse, and she was paranoid. She confided to friends that she felt like she was being followed. That summer, she sent Ashley to live with her grandmother in Chicago, an agonizing but selfless choice. I mean, guys, even in the throes of her own stuff, she still thought of her daughter, Ashley. Like I said, Ashley's last memory of her mom was that phone call where she was told to be a good girl. In early September 1994, Camille was arrested alongside her roommate, Kiko Fernandez, after police responded to a disturbance at their apartment. She was released from jail the next day and was last seen walking near Casino Center Boulevard. She never made her next court appearance, and family and friends said that was out of character, even in the throes of her addiction. Guys, it was 7 months before her disappearance was reported. Sadly, as we all know, Camille and a lot of evidence were long gone. Now, it is said when Camille's mother reported her missing that Las Vegas police showed little interest, writing that there was no reason to believe or suspect foul play. Even worse, guys, her original missing person report was mysteriously deleted. It wasn't until 9 years later, after pressure from Camille's childhood friend, Ellen, that police finally reclassified her as endangered. What the hell, Las Vegas? Just because she was addicted to drugs and she had turned to sex work, that is not a reason to forget that she's a person and that she deserves to be found. Okay? Several people remain under suspicion. Her roommate, Fernandez, the last person known to live with her, has a record of domestic violence, including attempted strangulation. Hmm. Now, Diaz, her husband, was later convicted of attempted murder in an unrelated case, and he had never reported Camille missing. He's never divorced her. And guys, when he was contacted decades later, denied ever knowing her. What the hell? You were married to her, sir. You can't claim you didn't know her. Put my glasses on. It might make it a little easier to see. Sorry, guys. I hate my glasses. Now, others suspect biker gangs, mobsters, or even maybe a police officer that there's been rumors she was romantically involved with. Okay. Others believe she was pressured into becoming a confidential informant, which could explain her repeatedly petty arrest. Now, a number found on her phone book even traced back to the FBI. Okay, guys, that's if she was a confidential informant and someone found out, it's not good. But still, the possibility of a random attack can't be dismissed. Sex workers are far more likely to be murdered than the average woman. And Camille's risky lifestyle did put her in extreme danger. But guys, it doesn't mean she wasn't a human and that she doesn't deserve to be found. Okay. Today, her daughter Ashley continues to carry the weight of her mother's disappearance. She has kept posters up, made public appeals, and has even given DNA in case her mother's remains are ever found. And with little help from law enforcement, it is said Ashley and volunteers have built their own investigation team, retracing the final days of Camille. Now, Camille was just 30 years old when she disappeared. She was a daughter, a mother, a sister, and a friend. And she deserves justice, and her family deserves answers. And Ashley deserves to know what happened. At the time of her disappearance, Camille had brown hair, brown hazel eyes, 5'7", weighing 125 to 145 pounds. On her right hip, she has a tattoo that says Cruise. She is known to smoke. She also sometimes used the names Nicole, Renee, Kim, Clark, or Diaz. And remember, she was last seen walking near Casino Center Boulevard in Las Vegas in September 1994. Guys, it's been 31 flippin' years, okay? If you have any information, please contact Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. 5555. That's right. And let's help Ashley, her daughter, and family get the answers that they deserve. And guys, I'm going to tell you now, if any of you are judging her because she wound up in an addiction situation or sex work, I'm going to tell you, shame on you. It can happen to anyone, and no judgment. She deserves to still be found. Guys, if you know of or have a loved one missing and are interested in having their story featured on an upcoming episode, or maybe you want to join us for a live interview, contact Amy, our assistant producer, by email at amy@tcwmedia.com, or you can send us a DM on our Facebook page or any of our social medias. Now, on May 19th, 2000, 24-year-old Kinsey Maxwell Otto vanished from Las Vegas, Nevada. He has never been seen or heard from again. Look at this guy, good-looking young man. Now, excuse me. Kinsey also was known to have gone by Trent, but he lived in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He boarded a Sun Country Airlines flight on May 13th, 2000, headed for McCarran International Airport. Authorities have confirmed he landed safely and was seen visiting several clubs in Las Vegas in the days that followed. Now, guys, he wasn't traveling light, okay? He carried a blue duffel bag with at least $10,000 in cash. Okay, I mean, going to Vegas, you take money for the tables. However, investigators believe potentially the purpose of this trip was to take that $10,000 and buy a large ecstasy stash. Okay. Now, after May 13th, Kinsey phoned his father, claimed he was back in Minneapolis visiting a hospitalized friend who had been in a car accident. Guys, investigators later determined this story was not true. He was still in Las Vegas at the time of that call. Now, his father also shared that Kinsey had signed a modeling contract with the Chicago agency before May 2000, and he had been planning a move, but he didn't have the money. So police believe Kinsey hoped that that Las Vegas drug deal would provide him the funds he needed to start the new chapter. Oh, sadly, Kinsey was never seen again. He was scheduled to fly back to Minneapolis on May 19. His return ticket was never used. He simply disappeared. Now, the man authorities suspect Otto met with in Las Vegas was uncooperative with investigators, and he did have an active warrant for drugs and weapon charges, but still didn't give anything up. Now, Kinsey's family says he never would have walked away voluntarily. He was devoted to his young son. Investigators believe foul play is most likely the explanation and suspect he maybe was murdered after a drug deal went wrong. Guys, once again, no judgment, okay? People make bad decisions, okay? Making a bad decision does not make you any less of a human or for you deserve to be found. Okay, at the time of his disappearance, he was 24 years old, 5'11", 150 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. He had several small scars on his back from moles being removed. He did have a silver navel ring and a silver tongue stud. The last time he was seen, he had on a gray button-up shirt, jeans, blue hat with yellow lettering. Like I said, he also used the name Trent occasionally. Now, both Nevada and Minnesota authorities continue to investigate Kinsey's disappearance. Guys, all these years later, they still have nothing and the case remains unsolved. If you have any information about the disappearance of Kinsey, please contact Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department at 702-229-3521 or the Minneapolis Police Department at 612-673-5542. Now, I want to thank you all for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday for our next episode of Midday Missing. I am going to ask that you please join our Facebook group, Midday Missing, and share the posters for Camille and Kinsey. This page is where we post all of our missing person posters, as well as share other posters that we have confirmed to be accurate. Now, if you want to follow us for other stuff, follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're on the Twitter, we're on the Insta, we're on Facebook, LinkedIn. You can also follow me, Terry Two Crime. While I'm on my travels, I will be sharing some fun stuff, okay? And remember, you can catch all of our shows right here on our YouTube channel. Perfect time to go like this video right now. And if you're listening to this on the podcast platforms, please download, leave a review. It helps get the word out about these cases. Now, guys, True Crime and Wine Time airs every Thursday, where we offer weekly deep dives into shocking true crime cases that we pair perfectly with wine. Now, this week, Lama and a special co host will be covering the case, The Devil in New Jersey, the Janet De Palma story. Guys, once again, I know nothing about this case. I'm going to be watching her on the replay crew because if Llama is covering it, you know it's dark and we need to know what's going on. Okay. Now, guys, until next time, please stay safe, stay aware. If you see something, say something, and let's help these families bring home their loved ones. Bye, guys.